Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Gloomhaven Guildmaster. We've tried the Sawbones quest, the prison painting party. We've tried it quite a while back, and obviously we've just tried it now and it has been very difficult. We've tried the demonic dissertation for the Tinkerer and that was also super difficult. So we brought in the Sunkeeper and the Soothsinger with the idea that maybe if we get permanent disadvantage on the enemies and someone who can tank things out will do a bit better. I think we're going to need melody and harmony, disorienting dirge for enemies to have disadvantage on their attacks, and also the defensive ditty. I think we're going to need those in place before we can really work through the demonic dissertation. But for right now, we'll try the prison painting party and see if we do a little bit better with 4 people in the team. So we need to kill 8 cultists or cultist elites in order to win. And with 4 of us, fingers crossed, it'll be a little bit easier. We've read this before, so I'll skip past that. Sawbones, kill 3 or fewer monsters, don't want that. Kill an undamaged monster with a single attack, that seems unlikely, so we'll try for Pacifist. Tinkerer, 5 or more gold piles, because this is going to be a lot of spawns. I don't think that's likely, so we'll go for Zealot. And the Sunkeeper, Professional, because your boots just constantly keep happening. And for Soothsinger, I really don't want to do Scrambler, so we'll try Layabout and see how that goes. It's going to be a very interesting one. Okay, I'm going to try and get in contact with the government that runs Blackrock. This is ridiculous. No, I think it's actually endearing. These lovely old nuns didn't even notice when I stole all of their silverware. Okay. Knowing we've got to kill 8, and we've got to keep these guys at bay effectively until it can happen, it's going to be tricky to say the least. Right, I'm going to have to do some shiftaroos. There we go. I think that's the order we want for people. The Inox Guard is definitely going to be a pain because of his retaliate. We might be able to do him with ranged. So let's start things off. We'll kick up our defensive ditty. And we'll try and get a wound out. Try and get a wound out on you. And then next turn we can do Echoing Aria to get shield on everyone while we trigger Melody and Harmony. I like the feel of that. Over here, we could start immediately with something like Righteous Strength. Do I have anything that's going to buff on the bottom? We need to put Defensive Stance on. I should do that straight away. Yeah, let's go Righteous Strength and Defensive Stance. So we'll get Bless and Strengthen out and work from there. Over to the back. This guy, the Inox Shaman Elite, is going to be a problem because he's got the potential to heal people. Let's hit a stun shot over on you, just so that you're done. We don't really have anyone that we can hook gun through stuff. So maybe if we move forwards, we'll be able to hook gun him into there. But that doesn't feel great to me. So we've got stun shot on the top. What are we going to do on the bottom? We could step in and disarm this guy. So stun this one and step in and disarm him. That's not terrible. Could also start with the flamethrower just to give people a bit of extra boost. But if we're doing the stun shot, that seems over the top. Let's use Dangerous Contraption and we'll reposition ourselves based on where the cultists are going to spawn. Which means Sawbones heading in for the guy at the back might be a smart choice. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we've got something that'll move 4, Triage will do it. And we could triage and amputate, move slow, but hit him hard. Kind of like the feel of that. Okay, let's do it. So the Shaman Elite is going to move and heal. That's fine. We're going to start taking him out, and the others are going to do what we would expect. So defensive ditty. Everyone gets a shield. Straight off with the ×0 damage. Love to see it. I probably should have started there. That's a little bit of a shame. But here comes our extra shielding. We'll get a stun on you straight away. That's a good amount of damage, actually. And if we come up here, we can potentially hook gun this guy. Like, it gives us more options, I think. I don't see anyone coming to spawn in this turn. So yeah, let's step up to here. And I'm going to get back stun shot. There goes the wound. This is why we are tanking. Okay, well, with you standing there, we're going to put a wound on this guy instead. Let's get to this position. It is not quite the hit I was hoping for, but it'll be fine. I'm going to save the major stamina potion for now. Awesome, we have a cultist on the board. Okay. This guy is obviously our biggest target. So let's start up here. I said we were probably going to go for Echoing Aria. That'll get shield on everyone we care about. And we'll put Melody and Harmony out so we can get the enemy with disadvantage, or potentially Wistful Wounding or something else on there. I think the most useful thing is going to be the Disorienting Dirge. We want to double down on this guy. But we could also give the Soothsinger back some cards, which I think is probably going to be really useful. Need to be adjacent though. So we could do Scales of Justice to just like step in and give you back cards. It's not really going to work. Because this stays in play for this turn, and this stays in play permanently. So we don't want to be doing Empowering Command this turn. We could just Practical Plans him. Just give him a wallop. So, over here, what are we going to do with you? Stun shot to keep him in place feels like a smart choice. Because we're right next to him, I don't want to be burning cards to do stuff. So if we're doing a stun shot, we're not going to be able to get over the other side. But we could Disintegration Beam, move and disarm someone as well. And that frees up this space here, where we can come in with a bloody saw. As long as we've got something that moves 3. But I don't think we do, because we really don't have the movement. So if we're not going to bloody saw, we're going to vaccine him instead, and we're just going to move in. With regenerative tissue. Okay, I feel like this is fine. Okay, guard is going to stay where he is. Shaman's going to do more healing, that's annoying. Cultist is going to summon bones, so we need him stunned. Let's do Melody and Harmony now. And we'll get the extra shield for this turn. Yeah, we have to stun you. Step in and disarm. It's annoying. It's very annoying. Step down this way and we will use our stamina potion to get back amputate and vaccine, or maybe triage. Yeah, amputate and triage. Okay, Sunkeeper. Practical plans. May as well get a curse on him. Oh yeah, we can only move 1, can't we? Well, moving 1 and stunning this guy is fine. The whole point is we're supposed to be blocking this area off. So that continues to work. Okay. If we move 2, we can get a decent hit on this guy. We could also potentially disarm everyone that we're next to. Let's say precaution to move in and amputate to get the hit off. Down here, we're going to go for disorienting dirge for the enemy. And then tuning the outcome, I guess. Keep the damage going out. if we move in, we can do empowering command. So yeah, let's say mobilizing axiom and lay on hands to just step round a bit. And over here, we can do our enhancement field and reviving shock just to get a bit of damage out. Okay, that guard is still carrying on. We are stuck. That is annoying. That is so annoying. Our amputate is useless. Right, precaution instead. Let's get disorienting dirge out on all of the enemy. And we're going to move up to here. Get a curse over to you. I probably shouldn't be standing right next to this guy. Okay, Sunkeeper, move where you can. Skip the rest of the movement. Just hit this guy. Can't believe we're still struggling to just do basic damage at this point. I feel like we've gotten a bit unlucky with some of the things that have gone on. So we'll hit you and we'll hit you and we'll put it at an advantage. This could quickly become overwhelming. Okay, I think we're gonna do Soothing Lullaby and Throat Voice and just kind of like step out the way down here. We'll do Empowering Command to try and give our Soothsinger back cards, and we'll step in with Cautious Advance, so we're trying to move quickly. This feels like it's a good flamethrower opportunity. So let's say flamethrower and hook gun will try stepping in and do some flaming. And you still can't move. So prevention is key to get more shield out on these guys. And hold back the pain to heal yourself, I guess. Don't like the cursing. Definitely going to disarm these guys. Actually, what's the skeleton doing? Yeah. Let's get disarmed before he is a problem. And we're going to just back up to here, actually. Sawbones. Shield self and adjacent allies. Heal self. we're definitely tanky. We can step through to here. And let's give you back. Singing Arrow, because it is a wound-based one. Throw Voice, and tuning the outcome. That's going to buy us quite a bit of time, actually. That's a really nice thing to have. Oh, he's just made it really convenient to hit him. Okay, well, it's no longer as good for flamethrower, but we can still hit this guy. Only it would go through 3. We could hook gun you. We need range 4 if we were going to make that work, though. I think we stick to our previous plan. Get the flamethrower, do some damage. You're going to be a lot easier to kill. Let's focus on these guys. That's okay, it's just a little bit of damage. Okay, we've got another cultist just appeared. So down here, what are we gonna do? We can syringe and bloody saw just to keep focusing on these guys. Oh, actually, we could bloody saw and blood transfusion. It's an interesting idea. Down here, let's go for throw voice and singing arrow. Do a holy strike. Let's say beacon of light and holy strike. And right in the middle of it all, maybe I should have hit him with a flamethrower. We can use volatile concoction on the bottom. That's a smart choice. Let's say proximity mine and volatile concoction, and we'll try and give you back your empowering command. Living bones are gonna just do nothing. That's cool. I like that. We don't need to worry about them. Yes, keep surrounding yourself. Okay. So, blood transfusion doesn't actually heal yourself. That's a bit of a shame. Let's hit this guy first. I suppose it does heal the Tinkerer a little bit. And we'll get a wound on you as well. Not the best roll. Yeah, we're going to need to do some repositioning. Dislike. Ow. Very much dislike. Of course we get the ×0 there. Okay. We're going to have to focus on doing some healing next turn. So we'll get the disarm on these 3. And we'll get you bleeding out. Let's give you back empowering command. We're gonna have to just do a regular punch. But it all helps. It's got rid of the damn wound. These guys are the worst. They really are. Syringe triage. Blissful wounding, tuning the outcome, power command, dazzling charge. I might have to heal our Sawbones with this. Restorative mist and stamina booster, so we'll do both bits of healing that we can. Hey, we can crank bow him now. That's pretty cool. In theory. If we don't die before then. Yeah, let's get you stunned up. A little bit of healing on ourselves as well, that's nice. Could be useful to get triage out, just because of the amount of damage we're taking. And at this point, blessing these 2 is not going to be that useful compared with just putting plain damage out. It's not much damage though. Let's do the curse instead. So skip the movement, but just get curse out. Tinker, get some healing in. And skip the movement, get a bit more healing in. That feels a bit better. Okay, Sunkeeper. This is a choice, right? So we could keep the Soothsinger going a bit longer with the empowering command. I think that is a smart choice still. So we'll get one more turn of Throw Voice and Singing Arrow. I feel like we need to be exactly there, but this is as good a place as we can get to at the moment. So stay where we are. We're gonna have to short rest next turn. ready yet. Oh, and the big guns are starting to come in. Ow. Okay, short rest. We're going to have to lose amputate because we've got nothing else. I think we need to do regenerative tissue on ourselves and syringe. So that's going to stun someone. Don't have a choice on the Soothsinger. Short rest on the Sunkeeper. If we go in power and command, you get to attack. And practical plans, we get to attack. Up here, it's going to have to be short rest. We could disintegrate him, which would be hilarious, but not massively useful. Hook gun could pull him onto that trap. So if we're doing hook gun, what are we going to do on the bottom that's useful? Restorative mist, make it happen quickly. Disintegration beam, let's get a disarm out. That feels better. Okay, so the Inox guard is going to shield and retaliate. We ignore him. Shaman's going to do some healing. It'd be good to stun him if we can, or kill him. These guys are going to do nasty ranged stuff, so yeah, let's hit... well, let's hit you. And heal yourself up. And a bit more healing. Dislike the healing these guys are doing. Right, you get to do an attack. Come this way. Oh, game. That's pretty solid. Got lucky with that. Tinkerer. Well, now that he's nearly dead, the temptation is to go for the cultist, but he's going to kill himself. So, I think we can ignore him. Let's instead focus on this one. So, I was originally thinking this guy, but if we pull him onto that space, he still can't summon any skeletons and he's going to take damage. Oh, an extra target? Well, let's... if I just get this one, he is guaranteed dead before he summons any more guys. I'm going to pull you onto there. I am happy with that. We're going to move I'm going to stay where we are and disarm. Who have we still got left on this turn? The archer. Okay, speaking of disarms, the Inox archer is the most dangerous, but he is out of range. Disarming this archer will be a little useful, but maybe hitting some of the guys that are around here and prep for next turn. Let's do that. And you are just out of range, so we'll hit this guy instead. That's... wow! That is a big hit from the Soothsinger. Yeah. Playmail doing its thing. He can be disintegrated now. So can this guy. So painful. Gotta bring the Sawbones back over here. So we'll go prevention is key and blood transfusion to step across. Down here, I think we're going to have to do a long rest. No real choice on that. Right in the middle of everything, we need to get some healing out. Punching things isn't going to help us right at this moment. If you're going to move at 13, we could step into the space that you were in. And that moves us a bit closer to this cultist. And maybe get a stun out on this guy. Try and reduce the amount of healing that's coming in. Disintegration beam has already been used, so let's say we're going to go reviving shock and enhancement field and try and hit both of them and maybe get lucky with a big amount of damage. Cool, most of the guards are shielding and retaliating, so we can ignore them. Cultists are going to summon more skeletons, so taking them out sooner rather than later would be good. You two are already disarmed. Let's move before we do the disarm and hit the new guys. Only got one killed at the moment. We are not going particularly quickly. So potentially a wallop on you. I'll stop him healing. Skip the movement. Get a bit of shield on yourself. He had some full-on move in him. Ah, so painful. We're really struggling to keep the Sawbones intact. Right, here's the enhancement field. One hit on you, one hit on you. One kill. I would have preferred it was this one, but what are you gonna do? Deal with more skeletons, that's what you're gonna do. Yeah, no one for you to heal, mate. Can't quite get close enough to that other cultist. Okay, we are going to lose Wistful Wounding, I think. Gotta do some healing. So, precaution, hold back pain just so we can move relatively quickly. Although we could actually... No, precaution and hold back pain. I think we need to do more helpful healing. Echoing Aria will give us a nice shield out. Throw Voice for a bit of disarming. That buys us a little bit of time. Over here, he's going to die. So let's just try and go quickly so we're the focus of as much tankiness as possible. Yeah, we'll do it this way around. Feels a bit sketchy. So cautious advance and dazzling charge will get some healing out. And then up here, you're going to die, so really we want to focus on this guy if we can. Crankbow. Crankbow would be a solid hit on him. With burning cards quite consistently though. Tough call, really tough call. We're probably not going to get +3, so let's do a stun shot on him. And moving isn't really going to help us. So we'll just use Dangerous Contraption to fill in for the moment. More curse coming in at us. Don't like that. Everyone gets a good bit of shield. What's the giant Inox gonna do? Yeah, we should get disarm on down here on these two. We're going to suffer a little bit of retaliate. Well, actually, no, it's not an attack. So, yeah. Tanking it up. Does mean we have a lot more chances of those times zeros. Poison just makes things worse. Okay, what are the cultists doing? Moving, attacking, and cursing. So we can hit him now, just to buy a little bit of time. And then maybe we'll crank bow him next time. A little bit painful, but it's fine. Don't like the poison. I'd like to get rid of it. Okay, Sunkeeper. Get that healing out that we so desperately need. Three cultists down. We are gradually getting there. But it is a very gradual thing. Okay, hold back the pain down here. And that needs to be an adjacent ally. Well, skip the ability, but give yourself a little bit of triage. Yeesh. Getting bad. Very bad. Let's burn Proximity Mine rather than taking 4 damage. Because that was after all that shield as well. So Soothing Lullaby and Singing Arrow. Mobilizing Axiom, Lay on Hands, and that leaves us with the Crank Bow and a little bit of Restorative Mist. Oh, getting some disarms from the Shaman. So I guess we're not doing the Crank Bow this turn. Oh, so bad. Let's lose the stamina booster. At least we get rid of poison. Doesn't matter who we curse. Very lucky. I feel like we might be on a death spiral now. The enemy rolling disadvantage is definitely keeping us alive, but it is not sustainable. Okay, Sunkeeper. For now, I'd say just hit this guy, really. Maybe the one in the middle. No, go for him, because he's poisoned. Made no difference anyway. Curses are really going to cause us some big problems. Okay, if we get some poison out on these guys. Oh, I didn't see the cultist down here in the corner as well. Well, in that case, we're definitely going to focus on him. We might still have a chance of doing something worthwhile. That was even after all that armor. Blimey. We'll have to lose Dangerous Contraption and Disintegration Beam. That's okay. I think it might be back to us. Okay, it's got to be a short rest on the Sawbones. It's a shame. I would have liked to use that with everything we're going to hit, but as it is, we're going to do Syringe and Bloody Saw on this guy. It's going to have to be a short rest down here. So we'll go for Echoing Aria to get the shield in that we need. Singing Arrow to get some curse on the enemy. Go for Righteous Strength so we're moving as quickly as we reasonably can. And we don't really care about doing direct damage out here, so let's do some healing. Dazzling Charge. And then up here, hate to see it. Hate to see it going. We're going to go for the crank bow. So get the shield out on everyone. Get the curse out on these three. Tinkerer, crank bow. Fingers crossed. That'll do. We are halfway there. Return the favour. Nice bit of healing. And now we suffer the pain. Okay, that was very lucky. That was also lucky. It's a lot of living bones. Okay. Hit you. stuns him. Which would be good for the following turn. Bloody Saw. Ah, oh, times 0 right at the end of that. That's so frustrating. Ow. No, I will lose tuning the outcome. We're going to have to start dropping off some of our abilities. So the way this is played out, I think if we had like the Doomstalker with us instead of the Tinkerer, it would be quite different because we'd have a lot more ranged capability. I think that's what I would need to do. But this has definitely been educational. And technically people are getting experience for this, even if we're about to start running everyone down. So many curses coming in. Okay, what can we do to do the most damage possible to this guy? Nothing specific, unfortunately. So let's say prevention is key and blood transfusion. So we'll get everyone near us disarmed. It's gonna have to be a short rest. And I don't want to cancel any of these until we absolutely have to. So we'll try both of those and we'll try sticking it out. Mobilizing Axiom and Empowering Command. I'll try and give you back some cards. I don't know if that's really going to be effective. Enhancement Field will let us take a shot. Hook Gun will let us take a shot. I don't think Hook Gun's going to be useful to us because 1, 2, 3... Yeah, most of the traps are 3 distance away from us. So I think we'll just go for the Enhancement Field. Plain damage. This may end up being our last worthwhile turn. So shield on everyone. Broad disarm. Another times 0. That's frustrating. Get those guys all disarmed. Okay, Soothinger's gone. That means everyone else is going to start dropping pretty quick. We'll get the hit down here. That's reasonable. Nowhere to go. So the Tinkerer will not be sticking around long. We have so many curses in these decks. So mostly where I think it went wrong is we did get very unlucky with the healers healing at the start, but also we don't have the high damage output that we need on this team. We're very tanky. That we've shown works well. But that's not everything that we need for this. Let's lose hook gun. Yeah, that is starting to hurt a bit. And with 4 members of the team, so many of the spawns are elites. They have a lot of health. Okay, we're approaching the hour, so I don't think we're really going to do much more worthwhile. So I think it's time we abandon the quest and just accept it as a loss for what it is. You'll keep any earned gold, XP, and achievement progress. Well, we got 3 gold because all of these are spawns, but we did get some experience for everyone, so that's all right. Yeah, a very, very, very difficult scenario. Okay, well, with that, we'll probably try again. I do think we'll swap over for a ranged character. Maybe the Plague Herald instead of the Tinkerer, because we'll be able to do a lot of pretty solid ranged shenanigans. And something like Nightmarish Affliction has got the potential to be boosted. Oh my god, it's going to cost so much. It's going to cost so much. But this is like spreading the pain everywhere, and I do like that. I like the area of effect stuff, and while we're not necessarily going to buy another unstable explosive just yet, this puts us in a better position to try again. So thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Gloomhaven Guildmaster.